Brava Workflow Designer is a visual low-code workflow engine that's powered by Node-RED. It's embedded into the Brava's ecosystem, and it's a super powerful, enterprise-grade workflow tool that works nicely with the rest of the Brava suite. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to build a very simple workflow. We will start with a very simple hello world and build our way up to even more complex ones. I will be showing you how to connect to APIs, including the Brava's APIs. So let's get started. The first thing I wanted to show you is the layout of the application. The first section of the application that I want to show you is the header, which includes the logo. It includes the deploy button with multiple functionalities here. And finally, it includes the menu. We'll get into a few of these as we go on. Next up is the palette section. The palette section is on the left, and you'll have different things in here, such as conditions, you'll have functions, and just other tools. Next up is the workspace. The workspace is the area where you would drag and drop your nodes onto. You would drag and drop your conditions into as well, and you would build your workflow. The last section is the info screen. The info screen is where we would have different sections about the node, about the flow, the properties. We also have kind of a dictionary here of different node information as well. You can get help about specific nodes, so on and so forth there. We also have a very important section, which we will get into in this video. It's called the debug. We'll go into that later though. And finally, you can configure different nodes. Just a few important notes before we start. The core framework that Node-RED works off of is Node.js. Node.js is a JavaScript-based framework, so we will see a little bit of JavaScript code or data syntax. Most nodes work off of a few variables, such as msg.payload or msg.topic. You won't need JavaScript to get started, but as workflows start to get more complex, it will help to understand JavaScript at least at a very basic level. Next, we'll create a few sample workflows. The first several workflows are what I would call the Hello World workflows. Then we will create a flow that connects to an outside API. And finally, we'll create a flow that authenticates and connects to the Brava API. The first thing we'll do is create a Hello World workflow by dragging and dropping an inject node that allows us to hit a button, and then we will see the output on a display over here in the debug. So let's connect the two together. We're going to double click what says timestamp right now. It's the inject node. We're going to give it a title by calling it inject hello world. We're going to be changing what says timestamp to a string. We're going to call it hello world, and for the topic, we don't need the topic here at all. So we're going to hit done. We'll click on the deploy button up here. And then now that we're in the debug section, let's click the toggle. And once we click that, it says hello world. Now to change that string, we'll change it to just simply hi. Click done, deploy again, and now you see hi is over here. That's a workflow at its simplest. Let's add one more element to it. The node we're going to add is change. It's a change function. This function will allow us to change the message.payload or any other variable to something totally different. We'll change it to hello earth. We'll go and deploy this. We have our debug window over here on the right. Let's go ahead and hit the inject button. Now it says hello earth. Very simple. Let's add one more node to it. This node is going to be another debug node. I like to put them at the end here so we can kind of see the flow. And what I'm going to show here is instead of payload, I'm going to show msg.topic. And let's name these also. We'll give it a regular casing payload and a regular casing topic. All right, so we have the payload and the topic. So over here, instead of calling or changing the payload, let's change the topic. And we'll change, instead of Hello Earth, we'll change it to Brava. And over here in the eject node, topic is empty. So let me deploy this and let's see what we have. Hello world and Brava. This is message topic and message payload. Let's add another flow. What I did is I went ahead and changed the title here from flow 1 to hello world debug. Let's add another by clicking this little plus button over here. And we'll change it from flow 1 to basic web page. And we will create a sample web page here. We don't need the inject button or really the debug at this point. But a few things that we will need are right here under network. The first one is HTTPN. The last one is going to be HTTP response. So I'm going to put that over here just a little bit, and we can connect the two. The first one, which is HTTP, and that's HTTPN, is we can specify a URL. We'll just call it /hello. We'll click done, and the HTTP response will send whatever is in the payload. So I'm going to have no payload to come in to enter. I will have no payload to leave. So basically it'll be an empty page. So what I need to do is I need to add in a change function node, and we'll set the payload to h1 hello world, world h1. All right, now I'll click done and then deploy, and let's see what we have. So what I need to do is the URL at the top here, I need to go /hello. And when I do that, I'm going to hit Alt Enter so I get a new tab, and it will say Hello World. If I right click on this and do a view page source, it's simply exactly the string that we provided. An API endpoint really isn't that much different. There is a difference though. It's typically a JSON response. So instead of an HTML response, let's switch the format, the value, to JSON, and we'll give it just a very simple name is equal to Brava, we'll call it Brava Workflow. And right now it's a JSON value. So we can give it another value. Let's just do that. We'll give it ID is equal to 38. And that's our value. So let's click done. Let's deploy that. And let's go back to our Hello World tab and just refresh this. And you can see I do have a JSON formatter, but it does show the name is Brava Workflow and the ID is 38. Now that we have the basic API endpoint created, let's create another one. This one is going to be responsible for calling another API. This API is called ipinfo.io, which is something that I found on the internet. And what we're going to be doing is passing in a value of whatever the IP address may be. This value happens to be 1.1.1.1. This is my get query string parameter. And so now what I'm going to be doing is adding in the HTTP. And then of course, pair that up with the response. I'm going to connect those two. And then I'm going to add a debug. The reason why I'm going to add a debug is because I want to make sure that I can capture the variable that I'm going to be adding in, or the query string parameter. So very simple. Let's call it find IP. All right, so now what I want to do here is add, instead of payload, I want to do request.query.ip. And then so I'm going to click done. and then deploy. And then I'm going to go back to my Hello World tab. I'm going to change the URL to find IP. I'm going to hit Alt Enter. And of course, there's no value here. It does come up with a page, but there's no value. I'm going to hit $IP is equal to 1.0.0.1 rather than 1.1.1.1. They're both owned by Cloudflare. And of course, I do get a value here of whatever I typed in the response, because this is part of the values that were entered in. And of course, over here, most importantly, I do have 1.0.0.1. So now let's add the API request to the remote API service. And let me just drag and drop the request in here. I'm going to get that URL. I'm going to enter that here, hit done, hit deploy. And now let's go and refresh this page. You'll see that it'll get a string value of the request response, and it's 1.1.1.1, which is exactly what we would expect. However, what we want to do now is use this IP address here. So I'm going to double click the request, and just like what we did with the debug here, I want to add the same thing to the request. So in the request, what I'm going to do is use the mustache variables and put the request.query.ip here in place. Hit done, deploy, and let's go and refresh it. Okay, now we get that 1.0.0.1, and of course all the rest of the metadata. There's one more thing that's bothering me here, and I want to make sure that we change the response that we would be returned to us to a parse JSON object. Hit done there, hit deploy. Just refresh this, and now it's a JSON response. So that's it. That's how we would call an API endpoint. Finally, let's add a flow that calls the Brava API. This will just simply create a case. The first subflow will authenticate to the API. It is required as this API is secure. The second and last subflow will make an API call to create a case. And that's it. That is Brava Workflow.